Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today, I will be reviewing Sephiroth's new featured banner. It is a Wind Arcanum, something new of its kind. It's, for me, for a featured banner, this is a very good banner. We don't know exactly, like, it's obviously going to be for some kind of like battle ranking or stuff because we're not anywhere near the next guild war, but it does look like a very interesting banner. So let's go over and check this out. All right, let's see here. Where is it? I think it's here. Alright, so here it is, guys. This is Sephiroth's new banner. It's super cool, as you guys probably saw in my patch updates video. Like, to me, he looks really similar to Raiden from Metal Gear Revengeance, which I loved that. I loved Raiden's vibe in that. And so this whole thing is like, I'm definitely digging the style here. I think it's really cool. The animation for the ability, as you guys will see here, isn't the coolest one in the world. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see it right here. Rampage Twister. He just does a little tornado. Kind of reminds me of like one of Zoro's moves from One Piece, actually. Alright, so let's go on. Let's actually check out this costume. This one's pretty simple, guys. I think if this is something you like, you're gonna be amped on it. If it's like a cyborg kind of futuristic samurai swordsman is not really your thing, then you know it's probably gonna be an easy skip because this weapon will be wish listable. However, it does look like the costume is going to be super important for this one, especially if you're trying to do it. And you know, it's unfortunate that like Cloud just got his magic wind weapon in December, but because he's been locked behind the I am one of the characters missing a ultimate weapon, then you know it's unfortunate for Cloud. It does not even matter what he has right now because you know any other character with one of the next gen ultimate weapons can essentially just outclass him super easily, which means that my guess is that Cloud is going to get some like mega OP ultimate weapon, hopefully at the anniversary. My hope is that his weapon comes out during the anniversary. I feel like that would be kinder to the players overall than to launch it in August, which I could also see them doing, but I hope they don't, honestly. So, that being said, here is Sephiroth's costume. I think it's sick. I love the propped up collar, like the shorter jacket that's going on. He's like part cyborg. You can't even tell if it's like armor or whatever he's got going on here. But this whole thing on the face like really reminds me of Raiden. Plus, like, if you look at Raiden's hilt in the game, it looks just like this, guys. Like, so they really were taking some like artistic liberties and inspirations from Metal Gear Revengeance for sure. But I do like it. I do like it. I'm not sure how I feel about this hook right here. I guess it could be used in combat. I do like the materia slots. Overall, super cool. I wonder if the sheath is long enough. But from this angle, it actually looks like it's okay. So for me, this is like a 10 out of 10 costume. This is why I'm here, guys. I'm not here for Barrett in a PE costume. You know? So... but I am here for stuff like this, and this looks really cool. The thing that sucks is that there's so much cool stuff on the horizon. I'm sitting here with 35,000 crystals, and like I'm just like, oh come on, could they make it any more difficult, right? All right, so that's the costume. I really like the aesthetics of it. I'm curious what you guys think overall. All right, so let's go in here. Alright, let's take a look at the costume. Alright, so we have physical magic defense plus 15%, which I think for a DPS is overall pretty solid, right? It takes care of a lot of stuff that you might need to, like, you know, make up for in, you know, sub-weapons or materia, etc., so that's nice. And then we have the Wind Spell Arcanum, so you get the 30% wind damage, the 20% magic ability damage at attack stance max, and then you get HP plus 15% on top of that, so it's the first of its kind. It's a very good costume, guys. Very solid costume, you know? So, overall, very good. Fits the vibe, fits Sephiroth, fits his role, like, just everything is spot on. Ever since Glenn last week, I'm just like, did they fire someone and bring someone else in? So I don't know, but it does kind of feel like it. Alright, so here we have the serrated something. I do not know what this word means. I've never heard of this word. So I'm going to look it up at some point. Not right now, because I've forgotten. But here it is. Let's look at OB1. Alright, so here we have serrated remiges. Serrated remiges. All right. Oh, I guess because the blade is serrated, but I don't know what the remages mean. 393 magic attack, 720% magic wind damage. Also, when HP is 50% or more, the enfeeble is applied, which is insane. We have never seen this on a DPS before, and there are only two other weapons in the game that have this ability. All right. First is Sid. The second is Kate Sith. And I'm pretty sure neither of them have a wind in peril, so it would be hard to, make up for the enfeeble if you didn't have Sephiroth by running Cloud. You wouldn't be able to fit the enfeeble in the party, and then Cloud doesn't have exploit weakness, so you're losing exploit weakness and you're losing enfeeble. So a Sephiroth magic wind team compared to a Cloud magic wind team is going to be worlds apart, I would say. It's going to be very, very, very different. This will be much stronger. All right. The magic abilities are magic attack over wind potency. At OB10, they are 46 over 39, so they are, standard. And then we have support abilities, double magic attack boost and a triangle sigil boost. All right, which is fun. Taking it to OB6, we hit Cloud's level, right, at max, so 940% magic wind damage. And you get the enfeeble as well with the duration of 25 seconds, but you'll be chain casting this as he's a DPS, and this is literally on his DPS weapon. So this is absolutely insane, this weapon, guys. It is like, if the R abilities were just slightly buffed, this would be absolute limit break draw level, if it's not already. Like, let's be real. The enfeeble on the DPS themselves, plus the HP on the costume, just everything here just fits together really well. All right. And all right, so we have 618 magic attack to OB6, taking it to OB10. 674 magic attack. Honestly, little low for him being a main DPS. I thought this would be 690 something. Then we have deals 1,120% magic wind damage, no stipulation, right? You also get the enfeeble, which lasts 30 seconds with an extension of 10. So just absolutely insane weapon, guys. So good. Now, whether or not this is like must pull, right? I think if you have Cloud, you can definitely, unless you're going for like high-end ranking scores, you're going to be able to get by fine. The problem is that this is one of those weapons where, like, even if you wishlist it, it's not. Well, I guess we can wishlist it later now that we have Sephiroth. Let's take a pause from this. All right, let's go to my Magic Win team. All right, let's go check it out. It's down here. All right, sick. So as you guys could just imagine here, right? You would just plug in Sephiroth. He would be running his. Well, actually, we can just. We'll just do it really quick, just so that we can give you guys a little bit of an idea. I don't want to ruin that team, so I'm just going to paste it out. All right, here we go. And we're going to put in Sephiroth. And we can basically just imagine how my team is not going to be like the meta version, but, an idea of the meta wind magic team. All right, and wind is one of my favorite elements. Okay, so let's just go back. Okay, so you would be running, if you weren't going to pull for the costume now, you would be running it with the Cape of the Worthy, which also has a Wind Arcanum on there. You're missing the physical magic defense plus 15%, and you're also missing the magic ability damage at attack stance max, 20%, and then you're also missing the HP 15%. So physical magic defense 15%, HP 15%, magic ability potency at stance max 20%. So that's what we're missing here. You do get the attack all allies, but it's only this one right here, 5% on physical or magic, I believe. Yes, it is. So it definitely is doable. So, the only thing you would really be missing is a little bit of defense. So I do think that if you have Sephiroth's Cape of the Worthy right here, that this banner is in a lot of ways pretty easily skippable, guys, unless you're really trying to like hunt rankings and do things as well as possible. But like, just to give you guys an idea, we would be running it like this. His new sword right here would be in the main hand. His offhand would be the, where is it? Is this it? No, it's right here. All right, his offhand would be the exploit weakness weapon, and you would still get, without the new costume, you would still get the enfeeble. You still get the damage over time once you get it to OB10, since it's wishlistable. You still get the exploit weakness, and then the rest of your team just like functions perfectly, right? We have Red 13's Silver Collar for the Wind Imperil. We have the Brilliant Collar right here for the Wind Potency Up AoE for the team. Then we have the Crimson Staff right here for the Magic Attack Up for the team and the Magic Defense Break, right? And so you basically get the best of all worlds with that build, right? Like if you get the costume, you're getting the best of all worlds. But do you absolutely need it? Not unless you're going for like the best of the best, right? Because there's a lot of cool stuff on the horizon, guys. And so when that happens to be the case, they always try to make it as hard as possible for us to skip banners. So you just have to take everything step by step. Now, I really like this banner. And I really want to pull it, but I'm still going to wait to do so, right? So it ends June 18th. I'm going to see what's coming next week. My guess is that there could be a cloud banner coming. So we'll just have to see if that turns out to be the case. But we have until the 18th, which is like, 20 days from now, or 21. And so there's really not any type of like rush to go for it. So as far as I know, Sid and Kate Sith do not have a Wind Imperil. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they don't. And so that's probably the teams you would be running. Overall, S tier banner, guys. Honestly, 10 out of 10 in my opinion. If you have the extra crystals, I don't think this banner can really steer you wrong. The only question is if you don't have as many crystals, if you don't have 60k or more, I would take a step back for a few days, kind of ponder it. When a new ultimate weapon comes out, you kind of want to evaluate the month, right? Because I'm never gonna be like, okay, I'm going for an ultimate weapon, but I'm just hoping that I'm gonna get it, right? If I'm gonna go for an ultimate weapon, I'm gonna stomach the fact that I might have to drop 90k that month. So for Matt this month, it's impossible for me to do that. So I'm going to have to probably rely on Aerith's Princess Guard, even though they're going to make certain content that forces Matt as a character. So we'll just have to kind of see as we go. But if you guys did miss the Princess Guard, you're going to either want to go for Matt or for Red 13, which I'm guessing Red 13, is either going to be soon or he's going to be like the last character to get their ultimate weapon. In my opinion, it's probably going to be either Sid or it's probably going to be Red 13 or Lucia who get the ultimate weapon last, especially if Red 13's a healer and Matt is a healer right now. They're probably not going to put them together. That would be my guess. So, you're definitely going to want a character as a healer if you don't have Aerith's ultimate weapon. So that's just something to keep in mind. Is this Matt banner, his ultimate weapon looks very good, guys. So it's just, it's just something you kind of got to overlook on your account and see where you want to go from there. But yeah, that's going to basically conclude it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it today. I hope it was helpful. And I'm curious if you guys are going to pull. If you did pull, I wish you guys the best of luck. If you are, holding off and trying to be disciplined, I wish you guys much strength in your discipline. And yeah, that being said, that's going to conclude my to pull or not to pull video. So if you guys enjoyed it today, please don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.